So what exactly does this mean to you and me, the flyers? Well, Brett Snyder keeps a close eye on the airline industry, and he writes a blog called crankyflyer.com. He joins us via Skype from Long Beach, California, near Los Angeles. Brett, thanks so much for joining us. Now, if you're planning to fly on Qantas anytime soon, especially for the holidays coming up, should you be worried about all of this?
No, you shouldn't, and that's the good news. There has been a lot of fighting between the unions. There are 3 different unions and management at Qantas, but now it's going to be heading toward binding arbitration, and no action is allowed while this is going on, no labor action. So there shouldn't be any real disruptions.
And the unions that are going into arbitration with Qantas are unions that represent the pilots, the engineers, and the ground workers. They are going into binding arbitration. What exactly are the sticking points?
Well, it's a little bit different with each of the different unions. So, of course, it all comes down to compensation ultimately. The pilots are a little bit different in that Qantas has different airlines under the Qantas banner, such as Jetstar, which is a low-cost carrier, and their pilots operate on different pay schemes. So the Qantas pilots are looking for everyone to be paid at the same level that they're paid on.
Now, 3 weeks ago, we saw Qantas grounding its entire fleet, leaving tens of thousands of people stranded. Now, this actually forced the government's hand, and it forced them to step in and ban the strikes. In general, how does Qantas's reputation come out after all of this?
I think that's the big question. You certainly have, Qantas historically has a very good reputation, but this certainly has the opportunity, it opens the door, I should say, for other airlines to step up. Virgin Australia in Australia, for example, is really trying to capitalize here. They've been trying to become a more business-friendly, full-service type of airline. And this is something that, it has shaken how people feel about Qantas because of the just complete shutdown of the airline about 3 weeks ago. And so it does create some openings for others.
And the binding arbitration should take a couple of months, so we should not see any sort of industrial action or any strikes during this time. And once the binding arbitration is wrapped up, that's it. No one can argue anymore. And then for how long do those terms stay in place?
So my understanding is that the terms will last for 4 years. And then after that, they'll go back into negotiate once again. Of course, that's how it is with any sort of union contract, is once the time is up, it's time to negotiate again.
All right, Brett, thank you very much. Brett Snyder, who writes a blog for crankyflyer.com, giving us some insight into what's going on as Qantas and the 3 unions head into arbitration.